At this time, I would like to introduce someone who has been very supportive about getting this information out. District 97 Superintendent Dr. Al Roberts.
Thank you for coming, and please understand that from our vantage point, your presence here tonight is a great beginning. No, we don't have a big problem with alcohol and drug abuse at the elementary and middle schools. In fact, our record, and I say our, the parent record at home as well as the school record, indicates we do a pretty good job. However, we won't really be successful until all the threats of peer pressure and a permissive social framework are no longer at place for our students, and no longer place our students at risk, and until we're all, as parents and school community and other community members, on the same page. Tonight's meeting is designed to keep abuse from becoming a problem for the boys and girls that we serve in our school system. So let's start with what we know. We know that attitudes are developed early on in life. We know that middle school years are difficult enough for some students and parents to begin with, and to navigate the middle school environment at that age when the psychological and social juices and hormones are starting to flow are difficult enough for kids. Getting a balance between giving students the space they need to grow up and the need for you to be there is sometimes difficult to achieve. Our busy lifestyles don't often give us those kinds of opportunities nowadays. And you'll hear from your youngsters that, gee, I'm getting older, you don't need to be at school, Mom and Dad. And as a person who's operated in a K-12 venue for the last 21 years as superintendent, let me say to you that you need to be there all the way through high school. And frankly, most of the kids really want you there. It's kind of that peer pressure speaking anyhow about, gee, I'm getting old enough, allow me on my own. We also know that it's important for teachers, parents, community members, for all of us, to help our kids from engaging in risky behaviors, including substance abuse and alcohol abuse, and at the after-school time, between dismissal of school and when Mom and Dad may get home, are probably the most dangerous for youngsters at middle school and high school age. District 97 is joining forces with the Community Coalition for Teen and Alcohol and Substance Abuse to open the discussion about what parents can do to ensure that their child does not get involved in alcohol and drugs. Some of the research we'll share with you tonight. Some of the discussion points that you will view and speak to tonight might surprise you, but we hope it will also illustrate that parents are a big part of the solution. Again, we appreciate your commitment to the well-being of your child and to your commitment to the community for being here tonight. We hope that you walk away with some new information that can support our community efforts to educate students about the hazards of alcohol and substance abuse. District 97 would also like to thank parents, teachers, and community members who have spent considerable time to put this forum together. Would all those folks who are on the committee please stand and be recognized? Let me finish with one thought. Having, again, been involved in such efforts for a long time, I do not believe this is an education issue. This is a community issue. If you were to ask our students to share information that we would want to hear them say about substance abuse and drugs, they have it down pat. They could ace the test. The real challenge for us is to deal with attitudes, to deal with peer pressure, and help our students have the tools to say no, have the tools in terms of the kinds of behaviors that they need to do to choose the right thing over the easy thing. And with the help of the community, it really does, I guess excuse the pun coming from Oak Park, but it really does take a village. Thanks for being here tonight.
the president a little while ago a story from my earlier days when I was an assistant superintendent in Spartanburg, New Jersey. We had a very good relationship with our police department. Whenever there was a rumor of a party, the police department actually had an officer that would call the home and say, gee, we understand, Dr. Roberts, that there's a party at your house this weekend, and we wanted to remind you that alcohol and substances are not, are legal with youngsters. And he'd get one of two types of responses. And this is accurate information. This isn't a story being made up for tonight. One was, what party? I'm going to be out of town. The second one was even more revealing. It was the parent who said, it's my house, I'll do what I want, and there's not much you can do about it. And the police officer said, you need to better check with your lawyer, because if we have reason to enter your premises, reasonable suspicion, we'll enter your premises. So the father calls the police department back about 15 minutes later and said, I did check with my lawyer, you're absolutely right, there'll be no alcohol on our premises this weekend. Here, will you tell my daughter? This information, this issue in our community takes courage. It takes your being willing to pick up the phone, as I saw some hands, and say, gee, tell me about the party that's going on this weekend at your place. We all like to trust our kids. I've been blessed, I only had one. She's a college professor now. We didn't have a look at problems with her, thank God. I would always make a phone call on something like this. You have to step out of your comfort zone. We have to help others who aren't here tonight to step out of their comfort zone. Because all of our kids are impacted by the few who don't have that kind of support. We need to provide some support so that all of our youngsters are safe.